dress like a pro. The commute in full swing as we get set for basketball here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony. Chris Webber is here, our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And with us tonight, basketball expert Bill Simmons. Bill, you look great. Thank you for being here.
I'd like to say hi to all the people who traded for Anthony Davis in the GM mode of this game to get him on their team.
Right.
When their real team couldn't pull it off. Congratulations. I can't believe you pulled the trade off.
Hey, Dave.
Well, for a team that has the unbridled ambition of the Golden State Warriors, moving to San Francisco is fitting. A city whose fortunes have risen astronomically in this era of new technology. Now in Oakland, the Warriors were comfortable and successful in an arena that they had played in since the late 60s. But for a franchise that aspires to be light years ahead of the competition, moving to a billion-dollar stadium seemed obvious. Kevin?
Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors, but we know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, D.A. Bill, some people feel Steph is already the second greatest point guard of all time. What would he need to do to pass Magic Johnson?
Well, he's not. I don't think he needs to pass to Oscar Robertson first, I would say, who was incredible and was the best guard of the 60s. I don't know if he's a point guard, I guess would be my big argument with that. I always look at Steph like he's just a guard. So if you're thinking about him in the context of the best guards ever, I think just doing what he's doing for 3-4 more years, now you start looking about him with Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Kobe. I think Magic's a tough one because that guy was in the finals every single year.
All the time.
I thought he was one of the best 5 players I've ever seen in my lifetime. The flexibility he had, the ability to play any position, how much better he made his teammates.
You've got Magic top 5 all time, overall.
I had him 4th. In my book, I put him over Bird, which killed me, but he just had a couple more years than Bird did. Bird got injured. Bird basically had a 9-year run. I have LeBron past Magic at this point, but I still think Magic's in the top 5 and is one of the great teammates of all time, too. I think him and Duncan will be remembered, and I think Curry's on this list, too. Those 3 guys are just great teammates. They made everybody better. They were completely unselfish and just cared about the team, and that was it.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Shorty out there with B-Train, then there's Slim, then it's D, and for the Warriors, Green and Cauley-Stein are down low. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt, and it's McKinney and it's small forward. Here's Shorty after the made shot from Klay Thompson. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some. He has 6. And you can see how Klay Thompson fits with this team, Bill. Seems to be the perfect complement to Steph and the other Warriors around him.
Yeah, like him and Steph have the same great quality of just really fun to play with. Can fit in with whatever franchise you have, whatever supporting cast you have. Doesn't need the ball to succeed, but if you need him to get more shots, he can do that too. Incredible defender. It's actually become overrated to talk about how underrated of a defender he is, because I think people know he's an underrated defender. He can guard everybody from 6'8" to 5'10", and I actually think he's more than a compliment. I think he's a worthy sidekick for Steph. I would give him sidekick status, Kevin.
I like that. I want to be your sidekick.
Hey, that's great. I would never call you a compliment. I would say you're a sidekick.
I'd give you compliments.
Thank you.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
He's going to play his game the way he wants to for a long time, because even when Curry gets older, even when he can't jump and can't run, he will never lose that jump shot. I mean, jump shots never get old.
And here's a look at some numbers for Curry.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Bill, defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the landing space. And all that stuff, like
well, what would you call
load management. We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know.
Can we just play basketball?
Just like work. Yeah, just a good thing. Just rest.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one.
Gathering
I never said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah. Here's Shorty after the Warriors pick up 3. 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup. B-Train's got 5.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load. But just a little too amped up here early. 2 fouls for him already. That's going to affect his playing time.
And the Warriors with some changes. Looney's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Robinson comes in for Alfonso McKinney. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Steph Curry. Here's Thompson. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it. I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
Hey, we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince
like
Carter
his,
and Tim
too.
Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, you know, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. Like, you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like, JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good.
Yes.
So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
Gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. Here's the teardrop, and the layup is good.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Bill, you're a basketball historian. We know that. Do fans romanticize too much about the past?
I would say the other way. I think they don't appreciate it enough, especially like the millennials and Gen Z. You know, you're out there, you're playing this game right now. They tend to think the league started when Kobe showed up and that the 90s and the 80s didn't happen. I sense a real resentment from the younger fans with the LeBron versus MJ thing, because LeBron's their guy. They get to watch LeBron. They don't want to hear that MJ was better than him, so they make the case for LeBron and the way things are now.
Well, what about like the Oscar Robertsons, the Elgin Baylors, and we talked about, my goodness, you talk about some of these players. Unbelievable.
Yeah, the
fantastic
60s,
numbers.
70s, 80s.
Oh,
I think part of what hurts is people can go on YouTube, and when you watch some of the older stuff, nobody's playing defense.
now here is Russell. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Clippers. Now here is Robinson, guarded closely. Thompson outside. There's Russell with the 3. That one's not going to go.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Now, here is Russell. No points in the game yet for him. And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That's his first foul. Big Daddy's checked in for Thompson. The visitors on defense. 6-point lead. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. From deep 3-point range. No good on the shot.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Trying to take advantage of that extra space on the perimeter. We see a lot of this now.
And so it's the visiting team with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Notching a 50, 40, 90% season is a rare, rare feat indeed. And Steph Curry, one of the few who have done it, talked about that challenge.
The field goal percentage as a whole is the toughest one. You're going to have some open shots, you're going to have some tough shots, but having that level of consistency and accuracy over the course of 82 games is unbelievably hard.
And consistent excellence certainly is the key. Curry brings it night in and night out.
And as tough as it is to hit those marks, he just seems to make it look easy.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
East out there with Big Smooth, and it's Big Daddy. Then there's Baller, and it's B in at the shooting guard. Bill, you study pop culture. The 2K Esports League is a phenomenon right now, which is sweeping the country. Do you think that's going to alter the perception of gaming in any way?
Yeah, I would say it has one of the best chances of any esports league to succeed because people just love basketball. And you can feel it there in the offseason. The shift in basketball content and the fact that it's now a 12-month-a-year sport for us. And now it goes from the playoffs to the draft to where people going in free agency. And then that plays out for a month, and then something else will happen. All of a sudden, it's August.
Summer leagues are
summer
coming
leagues
up.
happening, and then all of a sudden the season's close, and then you just kind of recycle, and it's a 12-month-a-year sport.
Yeah, right. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. But he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in LA, many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Now, here is Russell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Cauley Stein. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Bill, I wanted to go back to what you were talking about with the 2K League, and you mentioned how basketball has grown into essentially a 12-month-a-year sport.
For me, a 2K Esports League just makes sense. It fits into that. I think people love the players. I think they care about these athletes in basketball so much more than the other sports. And for me, it's really gratifying because I've loved basketball my whole life. And for a while there, when I grew up as a kid, they would tape delay in the finals. And, you know, it was like the second-tier league. And now to see how popular it is and how much people love it, it's just, I feel like I was in early. I'm sure you do too.
Absolutely. I mean, when Magic Johnson is a rookie and starting at center in Game 6 in Philadelphia, yes.
And it was tape delayed.
And it was tape delayed.
My beloved Boston Celtics won the 1981 title, and it was on tape delay in Boston, and I went to bed, and my dad woke me up to watch the game for me, and it's not even 40 years ago. So I think the other thing that really helps with the 2K Esports League is that these guys play 2K, the actual players.
Yeah, right.
They
care about it.
They care about it. They have an incredible amount of time on their hands because they're too famous and they can't go anywhere. So they're in hotel suites. They're bringing with the PlayStation or Xbox with me, with them. They're playing their friends. They're playing each other online. And this is what they're doing all day.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. Bill, it was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
No, really?
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
No,
want?
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, I'll do those two things
Did it in
together.
high school, I'm assuming?
Yeah, started in high school. I had the big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on, and around sophomore year, I felt like it started to get momentum, and that was the first time I thought, I wonder if I could get paid for this.
Right.
Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29.
Yeah. Here's Curry. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Stephen Curry. He's putting up 31 points per, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he does so much for this team, but it starts with the way he leads the offense.
Yeah, he's willing to take on the scoring load, and he's more than capable of delivering.
Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. That's now 8 points for Steph Curry.
You know Steph keeps one eye on the clock and knows exactly how much time he has to get a shot off.
Draymond Green with the rebound. Warriors trail by 11. Last year, Draymond Green said he feels he's the greatest defender of all time. I'm assuming you've got something to say about that.
Well, he also defended it correctly. He was like, I say stuff to fire myself up, and I need to play at a certain level of confidence. And if I don't feel like there's a possibility I can be the greatest defender of all time, then I'm hurting myself. But I like the confidence.
Here's McKinney. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 5. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. Shots good by McKinney. Here's Shorty. They lead by 11. .143 left in the first half. There's the 3. But they recover it. He rifled that one in from distance. And that's now 10 points for B-Train.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
4 rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And Robinson III comes in for Alfonso McKinney. And it's Klay Thompson in for D'Angelo Russell. And the Warriors miss again.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And a special thanks to our guest, Bill Simmons. Always a compelling discussion, and I hope we can continue.
Please, I'm available. Just call me. I'm ready.
I will.
All right,
There's your number right here on my speed
You
dial.
have my number. Call me.
Good. And GA, what a pleasure talking with Bill about this game. He brings that super fan perspective.
From a young child watching games at the Garden, and you sense he's never lost that wonder and enthusiasm. And with the Warriors, the strength of their defense comes from their versatility.
Yeah, they have a roster that can switch on everything. Guys like Draymond allow them to go small and not lose out on D. I mean, this team is very smart with their defensive schemes.
Now, here's Green. 11 points for him in that last game against the Clippers.
And he was terrific in that game defensively as well, blocking 4 shots on the night.
Here's Money following the basket by Draymond Green. Pass to Thompson. Here's Money, guarded by Robinson. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. Curry passes to Thompson. 17-foot shot on the way. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Here's Money. Got it from 16 feet. Money's got 5 points now this quarter.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Here's Thompson, and it's Thompson with the jam.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly.
Why would you give Curry any separation? You can't. This guy has no problem shooting over defenders.
And so it's the visiting team. Their lead at 15 going into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, Draymond, at times in that first half, they got it going in transition. Why were they able to beat you defensively?
I don't think it was so much defensively, it was offensively. You know, we turned the ball over, and you can't defend that, you know, when they get out.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Checking out the visiting team. Kenny, what do you think?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
Shaq, how'd you think the Warriors were playing?
Well, they gave up too many good looks. You look at the field goal percentage against them, this tells the whole story. Not enough activity defensively, not enough disruption, Ernie. Like Kenny disrupts me all the time, not enough disruption.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Curry has been sensational.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, the defense didn't do a very good job of staying connected to him. We'll see if they make an adjustment.
Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. McKinney and Green at the 3 and the 4. And it's Cauley-Stein in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. And it's blocked. 3-on-3. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives, who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally. And that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give him a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. Here's Shorty following the basket by Stephen Curry. B-Train, yes, once again, he remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Curry looking around. Pass to Green. Shoots from the corner. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 7 points for Draymond Green.
They made the most of their halftime adjustments. They're shooting 80% so far in the second half.
And so the timeout by Terry Stotts here.
Well, everyone has already agreed that Curry is a generational talent and one of the greatest shooters of all time. I mean, at this point, he is just climbing up the all-time list in NBA history. I mean, it's a robust resume.
Omari Spellman has come in for Golden State. D'Angelo Russell comes in for Steph Curry. Passes it to Baller. Takes the three. Here's Slaughter. It's hauled in by McKinney.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Here's McKinney. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Here's Spellman, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. And with Curry, the titles, the unanimous MVPs, Chris, it's hard to argue he's not one of the best ever.
Yeah, Kevin, what stands out to me is just how much he's changed the game. I mean, when you alter how teams approach the game and how kids practice at home, he's made the three just as big as the dunk.
Now, here is Russell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's McKinney. Thompson outside. Right side Russell. From deep. Another three for Golden State.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Let's talk about the great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
It's good. Big Smooth got 5 now.
For the most part, he's been sitting back tonight, letting his teammates carry the load. Nothing wrong with that.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. We've seen B-Train really have a great game.
Look, they can't leave him alone for a second on the perimeter. Not the way he's shooting the three tonight.
Some changes for Golden State. Looney's checked in for Cauley Stein. Robinson is subbed in for Alfonso McKinney. 1:57 left here in the third quarter. Here's Russell. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Russell's got 5 points in the quarter.
So shifty with the ball in his hands. Russell changes pace with the best of them.
Here's Big Daddy. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And now let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams over the last month have been best at scoring points off turnovers. Second, the Warriors.
And both teams have done a nice job of converting mistakes into fast break hoops. I mean, that is critical.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. Gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Thompson passes to Chan. Cans the shot with nobody near him.
Great work to find the space to get off the open jumper. He's going to work hard for those.
The pass to Looney. Back to Robinson. 52 seconds left to play in the third. Shot clock at 6. Here's Spellman. Oh, that's blocked. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Warriors with some changes. Draymond Green comes in for Amari Spellman. And it's Stephen Curry in for Klay Thompson. Gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Pass to Chan. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. No problems knocking that one down.
Perimeter, I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Russell looking around. Green up on top. He's got 7. Castelluni, 5 on the clock. It's tipped. And here comes the break. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 5 points in the quarter.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Oh, they must ramp up the effort level, the intensity level. They're making it too easy for him out there.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The away team delivering the blowout. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Thompson. He's out there with D. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Slim. And it's Chan in at the shooting guard position. Jacks up a 3. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
But it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Well, it's a matter of pride and a matter of each side trying to seize control of this game right now.
D passes it to Chan. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, you don't see that very often. A wide open 3 is usually like a layup for him.
Back to Russell. Outside, Green. 6 to shoot. The shot. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Over to the wing. The 3. Hits it from 3-point range. D's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Thompson passes to Aguilar, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Such incredible hops for a center. Look, it allows him to hold his own against any other 5 in the league.
Timeout called the Warriors. Fans, broadcasters love to see teams get out and attack in transition. Would you like to see the league crack down on intentional fouls that will halt that break, slow down that break, stifle that break?
No, because the home fans or the fans of the team that's fouling doesn't want that team to get out and get an easy 2 points. I mean, we still have to have defense in the game, so anything that takes away from teams scoring, you just can't say, well, we want to watch them score, don't do it. No. And very honestly, if you're an unselfish team, usually on those breaks, it's usually because a player holds the ball too long.
Right.
Usually they have another open player in front of them that they can pass it up to. And if you're an unselfish team, usually you'll still give the fans what they want. And that's a crazy highlight on the break.
Buries the easy one. And that's now 7 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And, you know, we talk about feel and reading the situation. Russell gets an opening there and does not flinch.
Thompson passes to D. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And the Warriors making a change here. Thompson's checked in.
One shot.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Golden State Warriors. The pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Curry. Green inside. 6 on the shot clock. Tipped away. Aguiar passes to Thompson. Here's Money, guarded by Green. Here's Aguilar. Count the basket. Slim's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Cauley-Stein. Down low, Thompson. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
He's been the energizer for them tonight. Thompson having a big impact on this game.
B, the pass to Thompson. Shoots from the elbow. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Here's Curry. 1:56 left in the 4th. To the inside. Looking for Cauley-Stein. He gets it there. Good on the shot.
Razor sharp focus right there from Cauley-Stein. Accepting the foul and pushing his way through it.
A Sacramento King for his first 4 seasons. Willie Cauley-Stein was ready for a fresh start. They allowed him to leave, and he got his wish in Golden State. The athletic rim runner, a nice pickup for the Dubs.
And that one falls for Cauley-Stein. Since taking over the starting role in 2018, Willie Cauley-Stein has lived up to his draft spot of being number 6, Greg, overall in 2015.
And you knew that a big man like Cauley-Stein would take a few years to develop, but at a legit 7 feet and great length, he is everything you could hope for in a starting center.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's good. And that's now 7 points for Money.
That's just great touch. The teardrop, well, that's all about fear.
Now Evans. 1:15 left in the 4th quarter. The feed now to Cauley-Stein. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Oh, and when Cauley-Stein is cutting to the hoop after the screen, his teammates are doing their best to get him to rock. He is so good at finishing as the roller after the pick.
Chris, there is that transition from being a player to retirement and can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think is adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys, and so you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports and use them in business. So in business, I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that you would play on their team. Humble yourself, get back to it, get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, and be the last one that leaves. And just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next, and you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice too. Here's Money. The Warriors making the shot. Passes to B. The tray. Bangs home the trifecta.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Now, here's Burks. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Fires from the line. The shot's good.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they wanted.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.